Hi, everybody, and welcome to Cultivation with yours truly. My name is Cassidy McLaren. I'm a psychic medium based out of Colorado, and today I'm bringing you a video about grounding. So, you may have heard some spiritual people or some not spiritual people talk about grounding. Maybe you need to be grounded, maybe you're not grounded, maybe you're too grounded, whatever it might be. So, what does this even mean? To me, all this means is bringing you back into your body, your energy back into the place where your energy belongs, which is your body, your container, right? So when we're out of our body, what I mean by that is that our energy is kind of just dancing out around us. A lot of the time I see this as us kind of just floating above our head somewhere. Sometimes we might even be like way off out of sight, but this can be, when you're daydreaming and you're kind of up in the astral doing some stuff, or you're zoned out at work on your computer, super bored, waiting to go home. You kind of leave your body because you don't really want to be there, because time and space goes a lot slower when you're focusing on it, so you want to be out of time and space. You want to be out of the physical, out of your body. Maybe you have some emotional or some physical pain going on and you don't want to be in your body. It's not fun to be in there, so you just kind of pop out for a while. All understandable. However, we really want to be in our bodies as much as we can because that's why we incarnated. The body is where we can physically manifest our experiences and bring our version of heaven here down to earth. We do it through our bodies, through our hands, through our minds, through our actions. And so it's good to be in your body so that you have more control over all of that stuff, and you can actually kind of experience life, soak into that body like a warm, juicy jacuzzi of, pain and sickness, or beautiful, amazing feelings of joy. Who knows? The point is to be in it. So, how do we be in it? How do we be in our body? How are we grounded? How do we become grounded? The first way that I learned how to become grounded is a method that a lot of different spiritual teachers will teach. And that is the method of using some kind of structure, like a cord or a tube. Some people might even call it a tether or a string or something. I was taught calling it a cord. I visualize it as more of a tube. So it's kind of just that. It's like a tube of energy that attaches around your hips to that root chakra at the base of your spine, and it kind of just goes down to the center of the earth. So not only does being grounded help us be in our body so that we can experience and manifest and enjoy our manifestations, but it also allows us to kind of release any heavy, stagnant energy that doesn't belong in our space. We can kind of release that through this downward cord. So if you think about energy in general, if you think about electricity, it kind of runs down the walls, or lightning strikes downwards. We have this kind of downward flow. If you think about the human body, we release downwards when we go to the bathroom. Well, unless we're throwing up, but that's like a weird release, and we don't need to go into that. I don't know why it just popped up. But point is, human body usually downwards to release. So we have this kind of nice downwards releasing that happens when we attach a grounding cord, just kind of naturally. Now, all of this junk that's in your space kind of goes down through the cord, goes to the center of the earth where it's burned up by the lava core and transmuted. It's nice, it's golden, the color of source, it's kind of like fun and kind of neutral, and this energy goes back to wherever it belongs, which is probably not in you anyway. But then this kind of just leaves your energy there instead, the energy that belongs in your space. So it's good for bringing you back into yourself and for kind of flushing down any crap that you don't need anymore. So this is just the first method. Oh, the other thing too that's important is that this cord can be anything that you want. if you want it to be blue light, if you want it to be rose quartz, if you want it to be steel, or, something I've been really enjoying lately is like roots, tree roots, or something like a vine, something that's very naturey, that's very helpful. That helps to kind of bring us down into ourself. So, that's the first method. You can also destroy and create new ones as needed. In the morning, I like to put a new one on. At night, I like to put a new one on. So I'll just kind of sit, I'll visualize, and I'll be like, oh, what does this look like for me today? This morning it looks kind of like a translucent bubble. That's really cool. And maybe at night I look at it and I'm like, wow, that bubble got like really wrecked and it looks like trash now. It looks really janky. I'm just gonna destroy that. I imagine it exploding, and then I just create a new one. Maybe before I go to bed it's lapis lazuli, for like cool astral travel stuff. So that's the first method. Second method is something that I recently started getting more into, and this is the notion of grounding into yourself rather than grounding into the earth. So grounding into the earth is awesome, and I would recommend it every day regardless, just because it does give you that really nice release. However, sometimes I feel like when I ground into the earth, I'm kind of grounding into this time-space reality, which is very helpful, but at times it can make me feel a little bit more overwhelmed because I'm really faced with all of the things that are happening, and so I might not be scattered out here, I might be all whole in here looking at my problem, but it might be a little bit overwhelming to just kind of be in it that way. And so as I kind of tried to advance through my own grounding methods, I started to ground more into myself. So the way that I do this is I usually always ground to earth first. And then from there, I kind of check out what I need. So if I'm still feeling a little bit overwhelmed, or if I'm feeling like, I'm in my body now, that's cool, but like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to be here. I like to then ground into myself. So how I do this is kind of just imagining all of my energy that's floating everywhere as kind of this spiral. And so the energy kind of collects like a little line of energy, and it just begins to just kind of spiral in front of me. I like to notice what color it is. So if you're a visual person and you can really visualize, noticing what color it is, what texture it is it sparkly, is it gross, like what is happening there. Noticing that, if it's not something that you like, changing it to something that you do like. I like to just default to golden energy because, like I said, that's source energy, that's pretty clean, pretty good, pretty neutral energy, gonna feel pretty good in your body. I like to kind of see that, turn it gold, and then see where it wants to root. So I will kind of take myself and then ask myself on a spiritual level in meditation, where would you like to be? And sometimes I'll ground into my heart chakra. So this will be if I'm having a problem having to do with feeling like I'm deserving, feeling like I'm meant to be here, feeling like I am able to have my manifestations and create the life that I want. Sometimes grounding into my heart in a situation where I'm stressed out otherwise is really helpful because I kind of remember who I am. And then you might ground into, or I might ground into, depending, the third chakra. So that has to do with your personal power. So if I'm dealing with a situation that's overwhelming and I need to ground, and I'm grounding into myself, and I notice my energy going into my third chakra, I say, oh, sweet, cool. So I need to remind myself, or I need to ground into my personal power, my ability to go and get things done in the world. If I'm grounding into my third eye, my sixth chakra, I might be grounding into the fact that I can see and the fact that I have more information than maybe I'm realizing. Sometimes we have blinders on, and grounding into our third eye can help us to kind of see the full picture instead of being right up to it with our nose pressed up against it. So you can really ground in any part of yourself. If it's your throat, you're grounding into your truth, your creative expression. If you're grounding into your second chakra, you're grounding into your emotions, maybe just really validating those emotions for you right then and going into them and being like, okay, let's explore these, let's look through this, sort it out, and then kind of lay it out in front of us. If actually no, those are the only, just the body chakras are the ones that I recommend grounding yourself to, because in that way you are grounding into your body soul. You're bringing your energy back into your body. It's less of a release function, but it really does help to pinpoint the area that is going to give you the most clarity with the thing that you're dealing with, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. I have filmed this video like probably 10 times. I usually only film my videos once and then just don't edit them because I'm lazy. But I filmed this so many times and I got very frustrated, and then I realized that Mars went into Virgo today, which is where it is for me natally. Very perfectionist. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it was the best take out of all the ones that I did. And that I got all the info in that I wanted to get. But yeah, have fun grounding, and yeah, let me know how it goes for you. Have a great evening, day, morning, midnight. See you around.